Well, thank you very much for the applause, and welcome to the In Real Time Car Talk Show. Auto personality and journalist Jack Nerad joins us from the left coast to talk about the price of gas out there.
Yeah, got a GoFundMe for him.
And is I Drove This Jealousy segment, along with California politics. We're going to talk about all of it. He doesn't know any of this yet, but we're going to talk to him about it.
Sneak up on him.
Yep.
In Jeff's car culture, tires that glow. In Mars' Mother's Day Texas weekend getaway to drop her off.
That'd be mother-in-law.
Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars. We always need more Jeff Zekin, Chief Engineer David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad that you could join us on this Saturday morning for our live gift to America. We certainly appreciate it. I'm full of it this morning, aren't I?
Yeah, your eyes are brown.
Yeah, you
Up
are.
to here, your eyes are brown.
I got it all razzed
There you
up
go.
this morning.
He is razzed up.
Yep.
He's been razzed since I've been here.
So, do we have Jack with us yet?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Been
well,
patiently standing in the green room.
Let's
There
just
he is.
there he is.
There he
Ladies
is.
and gentlemen, the famous, the one, the only Jack Nerad. The man, the myth, the legend, the guy that is going to get into the governor's race in California. Here he is.
I don't want to foul
mean-
that up. I think we got a shot here. So
I know that. And guess whose show he's on? Our show.
go.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
next
announcement.
governor of the state of California, Jack Nerad. Jack, how are you, buddy?
I am terrific. I'm so glad to talk to you guys. It's always a pleasure.
Well, it's
Great.
a brief moment to get out of all of that mess that you guys have got going on out there. My God,
It is crazy.
It is.
crazy.
And you continue to live there. I'm thinking that if you stay there long enough, the price of your house is going to go down to nothing.
Well, oddly, housing prices keep going up and up and up. And, my house has been a pretty good investment. So that's good. But, we pay a gigantic weather tax here. That's the way I look at it.
A weather tax.
Yeah. We have great weather and we pay for it with everything else. All the crazy.
Well, that's why the property's going up. They want more revenue.
I will tell you this. There's something, I don't know what it is, that draws me to California. I've always loved California. Haven't spent tons of time in L.A., but San Diego has a special place in my heart, and so does San Francisco.
Yeah. Every time I've been there, it's been wonderful.
Yeah.
So,
Beautiful place. We drove up the coast last weekend to visit my daughter who lives in San Luis Obispo. So we got to see the southern coast, the central coast. It's a gorgeous state. There's no doubt about that. It's a great place to visit.
Well, let's talk about cars. Anything new on the agenda? Well, I'm going to back up. First of all, how much you paying for a regular tank of gas out there? Let's go by the gallon.
It's about $6.50, something like that. It's,
So if you want to contribute to Jack's GoFundMe page, here's the
tell you.
address.
Oh my God, $6.50. Well,
yeah,
I thought it
I
was
have to
bad.
take a second mortgage to fill up a pickup truck. There's no doubt
I was
about
going to
that.
say, well, it's $3.50 here. Just not to make you jealous or anything, but And the funny thing about it is that you guys make gasoline out there.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
we
you do.
haven't, but we, and there is so much oil off the coast, you just can't stand it. But nobody is willing to touch that. Nobody even talks about that anymore.
Well, your politicians are pretty oily and greasy out there.
Yeah.
So, there you go.
That's it.
Yeah,
All right. Well, so what are you driving this week?
I am driving a Volvo V60 cross country, which is a terrific vehicle. I mean, it is so fun to drive. I got into this thing about 4 or 5 days ago. I actually attended a Volvo event where they were showing the EX60, which is going to be their latest electric vehicle. I think that was a little earlier or this past week. Drove it up there to see that, and I just love this vehicle. It's just terrific. And I don't know, you guys probably have that journalistic disease of loving station wagons.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Well, Jeff especially.
All my life.
Yeah, I do. And one of my first cars was a station wagon, actually. And this is just a terrific, fun to drive little station wagon.
So did that third row, did it look out the back window?
The station wagon I had was, you guys might remember it, the AMC Hornet Sportabout wagon.
I'm sorry.
A
That was
close
a deep
relation to
belly
the
laugh.
Gremlin and the AMC.
Yeah, yeah.
All of
Bubble
those.
top.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's good to know, Jack. But something's fitting about that. I don't know. An AMC and a station wagon. It works.
I don't see it.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
There you go.
It's just me again.
Yeah. 22 years old and driving that thing.
So
nice.
It's funny because I don't get any Volvos. I used to get Volvos. I don't know whether they're not in the press fleet or they don't like me or whatever. But I'll have to. That it could be. So. What is it that you have gone on a car junket somewhere, or that you've had in the press fleet that really impresses you besides the Volvo?
This is going to sound weird, maybe, but I was on a Toyota event recently, driving the new all-electric Toyota CHR.
Yes,
and it is cool. I mean, it is so cool. I wondered why they called it CHR. Because you guys probably had the same opinion about the previous CHR that we did on America on the Road. It's kind of okay car, but certainly nothing special. This is kind of special in its own way. I don't know who buys performance electrics. I still think that's kind of a mythical unicorn kind of market, but this was a fun to drive vehicle. It was terrific.
What size is it?
It's the same size as the previous CHR, which is, they call it a small SUV. I would call it more like a hot hatch kind of vehicle.
Not a subcompact is too small, or?
Yeah, it's probably compact, close, compact adjacent anyway. It might be subcompact, but pretty roomy because, electrics are roomy inside and generally fun to drive, more fun to drive than you would guess. Plenty of horsepower, tons of horsepower.
Well, I recently drove the brand new Subaru. What was that thing?
I don't remember.
It's the new Subaru all electric. It's small, and I was thoroughly impressed with it. And it's funny because, we get kind of cantankerous and snooty about the cars that we drive. It's just another car. But every once in a while, there is that one car that comes along and goes, this is cool. And from Subaru of all places.
That's the one I sat in last week or the week before?
Yes.
Where the transmission tunnel, which is no transmission tunnel, but it was raised up. It kind of, when I sat in it, it fitted like a Hummer because it's got the high center console is what it reminded me of, sitting deep into the car. That's what that.
Are we talking about the Solterra? Is that what you were driving?
No.
He's looking it up.
It's Uncharted. The Uncharted.
The Uncharted Subaru. I like that. Yeah.
Have you not? You have not driven it yet?
I have not. No.
I'm truly surprised.
It's not on his chart.
It's not on his chart.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's
Subaru Uncharted, and this is a brand new thing from Subaru. It's very small, but it is fun. You don't even think that you're driving an EV, and man, I'm telling you, you mash that accelerator pedal, it's going to throw you back in the seat from a Subaru.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, it might be a close cousin of the CHR because Subaru and Toyota cooperate on their EVs. So
that's correct.
We might be talking about darn near the same vehicle.
Yeah, probably.
And probably so. Well, so besides the politics, Jack, have you been any place that's fun? Car companies get to fly Jack all over the United States, and he gets to visit the cool places most of the time.
Some of the cool places. Most of the car trips I've been on recently have been local that I've driven to as opposed to flown to. And to tell you the truth, I prefer that, because I can zip in when I want to and zip out when I want to.
There you go.
I'm not at the mercy of airplane schedules and stuff like that. On Monday, however, I'm flying across the country to Savannah to spend some time with Hyundai, looking at their giant EV factory, which will now build things beyond EVs. I think it probably was doing that before outside Savannah there, and generally have a good time driving electric vehicles and seeing how they work.
Yeah, and do you get thrown into a car with somebody that you don't know, and when you get out of the car after driving with them, you go, I could probably have done better on my own.
Yeah, I frequently like to do those on my own. Typically, we have a driving partner. a lot of times I will look at the guest list or, kind of survey the
and then you see a Don Armstrong on you going, oh God, no.
Yeah. And I'm always looking for the person who won't kill me, right? I mean, that's kind of job one.
And it's funny. It's funny because journalists today, so many of them influencers, really have never experienced any of this. They don't have any kind of etiquette when it comes to a partner in the front car. Let's see how fast we can go around the corner or slam on the brakes or do crazy things. And we don't do that as journalists typically.
They think they're professional drivers and they're not.
Yeah. Do you experience it that way too?
I've seen that. Luckily, I have survived all of this. There were some times back in my Motor Trend days, really hair-raising kind of times when we were driving across Europe, and I'd be with a driving partner who thought he was a Formula One driver and wanted to show it, and treated everything like the Nürburgring. Happily, I have not run into that so much lately. I probably young people who want to go really fast don't want to drive with an old guy like me.
Well, so that's funny because I have been on some junkets that the actual professional driver that is given to me in the car, and I'm sure that you've been on those. They're saying to me, punch it, go into the corner faster than you're going. Hey, look, man. I've done that and gone right off the road. Well, why didn't you turn it? Why did you let you? No. You're the professional here.
You're the passenger.
And I'm basically the passenger that's driving the car. Yeah, no, it can be harrowing to say the least, and you just don't know where to say, I'm not going to go that fast in the corner. I'll leave it to somebody else.
So what you do, you stop and you say, get out.
Yeah, you hope to. So, you brought up television. Jack, let me ask you something. And, as car guys, we tend to go toward broadcast television or cable television or satellite television to find a car channel that has all sorts of different programs on it. And we don't have that anymore. No. Have I just missed out? What happened to all of our car channels?
Yeah, it's really kind of strange, isn't it? Because pretty much everything is a channel. I can't believe the number of cooking shows there are out there.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess everybody cooks, but kind of everybody drives too. So you would think that there would be more automotive programming. I was the first host of Motor Trend TV back in the early 90s or something like that. I think I've told you guys, I was in the TV business before I was in the car business. So I always thought that cars were perfect for television because they move, and television loves stuff that moves, right? I mean, the typical the typical drama show used to end with a car chase pretty much every week anyway. So I'm surprised. I'm like you. I'm not sure why this is, but it is.
Well, you brought up cooking, and there's a lot of remodel the house shows, all of that, and you bring that up, Don. But I've kind of been watching the stuff back in the old Motor Trend channels and things. They're all reruns, but you might every now and then catch an episode. Well, I didn't know that, or that's a cool thing about that car. Occasionally I'll see it, but I think it's all how they marketed it. They ruined it for themselves, I think.
Well, the bottom line is that everything has a price, and these television shows for cars, they price themselves out of the market by high production costs,
right,
where you got to have 3 cameras, and you don't have to have all of that. I don't believe that you have to have all of that. You have to have 2 producers on the scene, both of them arguing about how they're going to shoot the next shot. How about just put an Instacam in there and just record that, because it seems to make no difference whether you've got a 5-camera shoot with 2 producers or whatever. I don't understand it. I will tell you that I am hooked on a thing called Vice Grip Garage with Derek Barry. I don't know whether you've seen that. Where he pulls. Yeah, you might want to look that up. It does this thing on Facebook as well.
Oh, okay. It's not on the regular channel.
Well, it used to be, but it's not any longer because the channel went away.
Gotcha.
But he does very well, and old carbureted cars that he pulls out of barns and fields and that sort of stuff. And the whole idea is to get it running, and he does. He always manages to get these things running. And those are the kind of things that interest me. I don't know what's happening with NASCAR, Jack, but apparently the ratings continue to tank, and they can't get a handle on it. They don't understand why. There's nobody in the stands anymore. Well, do you think it may be perhaps this format thing that they're doing?
They keep changing everything.
And what happened to the Cale Yarborough and Donnie Allison fight in the infield? They don't let that happen anymore.
Well,
I say let them go for it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think there's a few things going on there. One, I think a lot of us don't understand the format or see what's going on there, when they divide races into little bitty races, and then there's all that seems odd. Also, stock car racing isn't stock car racing, right? I mean, it's hard to recognize one of the brands from the other out there. Mm-hmm. Yep. I think most people with the least bit of sophistication know that virtually all the cars are the same. And I don't know that
they all have the same chassis. Really, the only thing that's changed is the nose and the tail on the car.
Right.
Yeah, which is practically decals, right? I mean,
pretty much.
Yeah.
It's a shame that it's gone that way. Hopefully, one of these days, the television business will iron itself out, and we'll have a channel of all of the channels out there that you would think there would be a car channel. But whatever, maybe that's an idea for our retirement years, Jack.
Yeah,
you and I could get back into television again.
Yeah,
and
when we reach those retirement years,
that would be super late night.
Yeah, it would be, but that's okay. Right. At least it'd be on the air.
After hours.
Yeah. Well, Jack, it's always great to talk to you, and we don't talk to you often enough, but we'll put in a request for that from going forward.
I love that. Always love to talk to all of you guys.
America on the Road. It's Jack Nerad from sunny Southern California. Jack, God bless. Take care. Say hello to the family for us, and we'll talk to you again soon.
I'll do that. Thanks for having me on the show. I appreciate it.
You bet.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, just ahead, Jeff's Car Culture, glowing tires. And Mars has driving destinations for Mother's Day in Texas. Mm-hmm. That's after this break on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Stay with us.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flammeado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupi beef and chicken fajitas or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupi Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupi Tortilla. Eats pretty good. Apple or Android, In Wheel Time podcast can be found everywhere, on the stream and through downloads. Whether you're on the road or at home and searching for a fun car talk show, give In Wheel Time a try. Honest new car reviews, fun, informative interviews with real car people, weekly automotive news, features like Jeff's Car Culture, Mike's Driving Destinations, all on In Wheel Time. Check us out on SiriusXM Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or while you're shopping on Amazon through Amazon Music. InWheelTime.com has a list, so check us out.
Hey, In Wheel Time invites you to join us 10 to noon Central Time every Saturday for our live show about all things automotive. We hope you'll join us, and we thank you for being with us today. I had Jeff's Car Culture glowing tires. Are you good with that?
Yeah, I'm good with that. I got it right here. I just had the pages didn't match from yours to the other rundowns, so I just want to make sure.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
Well, maybe perhaps it's the fact that this is this.
Yeah.
And you've got
the other one. Yeah.
And you've got that one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So we're on this hour.
Okay. Well, I want to be on. I want to be on whatever.
You're on every hour.
I'm on every hour.
But this is kind of a rundown of what we do on every hour.
Oh, is that what that is?
It's this, just in case you're wondering. It's what I get to go by. I have to have something to go by because
Yeah, I'm gonna go bye-bye.
That's it. All right. Glowing tires.
All right, let me fire this up, and then you're going to have to change these because, yeah, here we go.
All right. Let me get
it up top there. There you
All
go.
right. Thank you.
All right. So Goodyear tires, bright idea. Back in the late 50s and 60s, Goodyear engineers were feeling enlightened. Their tires actually were. The glow, unfortunately, didn't last. More than 5 decades ago, in what the Ohio tire manufacturer called one of the most dramatic tire developments in history of the industry, Goodyear unveiled a custom car accessory unlike no other, illuminated tires.
Can you imagine that today? They'd sell out of those.
Yeah. You know what? That's Martha. We always talk about Martha.
Martha?
That's Martha right there.
Okay.
So Goodyear's translucent tire can be produced in any color to match the car, or
She's
perhaps
checking her hose.
the wife's new outfit. Someday a wife may tell a husband, Charlie, can you go out and change the tires? I'm wearing my blue dress tonight. And that's what that's all about. Regardless of what you might think about the marketing strategy, Goodyear's illuminated tires offered custom car enthusiasts plenty of exciting possibilities. This was a creation of Goodyear chemist William Larson and co-worker Anthony Finelli. The tires were made of neothane, a synthetic polyurethane rubber that combined the hardness of plastic and the resilience of rubber. To create the new fang-dangled tires, the neothane was poured into molds baked at 250 degrees, a temperature much lower. It's much lower than required to make a standard tire. Goodyear then added dye to create a rainbow of different colors, and 18 small lights were mounted in the rims inside of each tire to create a glow that was particularly brilliant at night. Now, people still do that to this day, putting lights in their fender wells and things. The invention caused quite a stir when Goodyear put a set of red illuminated tires on a Dodge Polara and drove it around Miami. It did the same for a Chrysler Silver 300, just same thing, driving around the New York City area. Although the tires went into production, one set made it into the hands of a person by the name of Jim Sakanis, who poured $75,000, or about $750,000 in today's money, in creating the tripped out of Golden Sahara 2 in the early 60s. The second version of this was a George Barris custom that started with a 1953 Lincoln Capri called the Golden Sahara 2. It wore gold paint mixed with pulverized fish scales that was adorned with gold plate and ornamental work. Yeah, I like it. Those new Fandangle Goodyear tires were referred to as glass. They were a cherry on a sundae. In 2018, this vehicle sold at auction unrestored for $385,000.
It's ugly.
Yeah, and the tires were solid. They weren't filled with air. Filled with air a little bit, but they were mainly solid. Now, Goodyear held tight on the idea of its neothane tires would one day become as common as the black rubber counterparts, but didn't happen. After 10 years of work, engineers threw in the towel. Keith Buckley, senior engineer of Goodyear and Tire Rubber Company, said in a brief phone interview, with the promise of a longer conversation that would ever materialize, the new Fandangle tires were doomed for several reasons. Low melting point for the tires in the manufacturing process made it susceptible to melting while they were actually on the road, so they would just deteriorate and disintegrate. And then the cost would be one thing. Made them more dangerous in rainy conditions, and it would take longer before they were even covered by road grime, which negated the illumination to begin with. So there you go.
Illuminated tires.
Yep.
Well, they've kind of got that today with, like you said, the lights in the fender wells. I'm not of that age group anymore, but I think back in the day, I had a big jacked up truck or something with a lot of room in there with the wheel wells and some fancy rims. I'd probably do that.
And you can make their Hankook has red letter tires, blue letter tires. You can get the lettering different, but that's a different process.
Well, I was going to say that. Wait, I mean, you can get letters to anything that you want, and they stick them on there.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, well, that's a different process so far as the manufacturing of the color in the tire.
No, I got it. Yeah. And we went through the red stripe era. Then we went to the raised white letters.
Yep, exactly. And growing up back in the mid 70s, you're in high school and everybody's running around Telegraph Road and all that. Particular gentleman, young guy, had a white Camaro Z, split bumpers, and he put his car was white, so he put white light bulbs in his fenders. as he raced up and down the street. We used to call him Fender Wells. That was his nickname, Fender Well.
Really?
Because
is this in Detroit?
Yeah, because he
didn't get arrested?
No, because he only did it at certain times when he's running racing. But anyways, make a crazy story. Anyways, welcome back, Mike.
Howdy. I had to change some channels.
Okay. All right.
Change some channels. Well, he didn't have to change his underwear.
Yeah, well, he's doing another
Well,
show.
I thought I was going to have to. I was beginning to panic a little bit.
Were you? Well, we've moved your driving destinations to another segment because we were padding the time waiting for you to come back.
Yeah.
But
it was going to be on Tuesday
very
at
good
4.
idea.
It's going to be
Tuesday
at 4.
There is that. So before we get too far out of the way here,
Yep.
I get to review today a new car that you may be interested in, and that is going to be, one moment, please.
Dun, dun, dun. Tick tock, tick tock.
I know.
We're on B2, not 1A. We're on this one, not this
B1 or B2, depending on where you are.
All right, bingo.
We've got coming up recalls. We're going to get to Mars driving destinations, and we also are going to have our fun little thing that we play, and that is with our sold car roundup and what's sold on Hemmings.com. So that is coming up as well. That's in the next hour. So we hope that you'll stay with us. Mr. Mars, are you ready to take a break here?
Yes, sir. I'm a good.
Yeah.
I need a break. If you got anything else to do in there.
We're on 2-4, Mike. We're on 2-4.
We're on 2-4.
This commercial break.
Okay. Well, whatever the case may be, we invite you to stay with us because we don't know what we're going to do, but it's all going to come up right after this break here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show.
All righty.
Your car is a direct reflection of you, so don't be satisfied with color fade or a dingy, dull appearance. Get rid of those terrible automated car wash scratches. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your Save the Paint company. John Gray and his team of detailing experts can help your car's finish without a full repaint. Searching for real experts in window tint or windshield protection? Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Dash cams, radar detectors, Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Got a new car? Get it protected as soon as you take delivery. If you don't know which of the multitude of protection products to go with, John Gray will give you an honest opinion and won't sell you something you don't need. John will help you understand the many options and pricing right on the spot. He's your guy to have your ride looking its best and protected too. See the state-of-the-art shop yourself. Free tours anytime. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is easy to get to, located just south of the Southwest Freeway on the Sam Houston Parkway. Gulf Coast Auto Shield, full-service luxury car care today and online at gcautoshield.com. Gift giving should be meaningful, and we have an idea. A hand-painted custom illustration of your car from one of the nation's leading artists. Now you can get one or a car show poster customized for you, a friend, or a loved one. Bill Seitz will be happy to guide you through the process. No matter what the day, birthday, anniversary, or any day, an Autographics custom illustration adds an extra touch of class to any home. Call Bill today, 832-922-0963. That's 832-922-0963.
It is the award-winning In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Today, coming to you from the Dual City Studios in Texas, USA. Just ahead, guess what it's sold for? And recalls, along with the postponed, but now back with us, driving destinations. We hope that you'll stay with us for that, along with the cruise in and events calendars. And I'll bring you stories making automotive news headlines, all coming up in this half hour. Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars. We always need more Jeff Zekin. Chief Engineer David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us today. I'm just glad to be here.
Yeah.
Anywhere. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
How about you?
Sun's shining a little bit. It's going to get some rain later. We're getting some heavy rain this evening. And
we need some.
Tonight's forecast will be dark. So just let you know.
That's always good to know. I have
Now we're lost again.
No, not quite.
We just got back.
I have the recalls for the week.
Oh, okay. All right.
Is that all right?
That's fine.
Okay. Well, I didn't want to throw you guys completely off, but yeah, I did actually.
Is there something?
So here's some of the
Ford?
recalls this week. The Ford F-150, approximately 1.4 million of them. Ford leads the way. 2014 to 2017 models recalled due to a transmission issue that can cause an unexpected downshift to first gear. You do an 80, okay? Then all of a sudden, wow, look at the engine just blew up because the revs went all the way to 20,000 RPM because the transmission shifted to first. It says here, causing a potential loss of control.
Potential. Yeah. Not always.
Yeah.
Kia and Hyundai are recalling 250,000 of their cars. The Carnival and the Genesis, 22 to 26, due to fuel leak risks and front seat belt issues.
Wow.
No matter what, you're going to be strapped in. Honda, over 440,000, multiple models recalled for broken drive shafts and faulty window switches. I don't think that they are together, but you never know these days. Chevy Malibu, 271,000. Didn't they stop making those a while back?
I was going to say, that's probably the last off the line.
19 to 2023 models recalled for rear view mirror issues. Toyota Lexus, 9,000. Specific 22 to 24 models recalled due to engine failure risks. Tesla 2526 Model 3 and Y recalled due to battery pack contactor issues. Volkswagen 75,000 plus Jetta and Taos vehicles recalled for instrument panel failures.
That's like all of them.
There's that. Disconnected half shaft may cause loss of drive power in the Lucid Air 2024 to 26.
Martha?
Yeah. Martha passenger airbag may not deploy in the Ford Bronco Sport and the Ford Maverick 2526.
Wow.
Lincoln Aviator, Ford Explorer 26, inoperative defrosting and defogging system. Did they not check these things before they run them out the door?
I don't know.
Windshield wipers may fail in just about every Ford known to man. 21 to 2023 F-Series and Lincoln Navigator. It just goes on and on. Ford Mustang and Explorer 2026 incorrectly installed piston circlips. I've never heard of a circlip. Have you?
Fitting.
CIRCLIPS, circlips. I don't know what those are. It keeps the piston there with the connecting rod?
I don't know.
I'm not sure. Whatever. Sunroof malfunction, Audi Q3, 2026. Mercedes-Benz, 2018 through 2020 models. A drive shaft universal joint may break, and you'll know it when it does. Seat belt anchors may detach in the Genesis G90, Ioniq 6, Santa Fe, and Santa Fe Hybrid, 23 to 26 models. And the list goes on and on.
So you mentioned airbag earlier. Is Takata, is that debacle mess still going on?
No, well, the company went out of business.
Right. But I mean, are they still doing... I don't know. I'm asking.
If you have a Takata airbag, no matter what year it is,
You'll
and
know
it's in a recall, you take it to whatever manufacturer that Takata airbag is in. You can go on NHTSA and look up all of the cars that those things are in.
I just didn't. You never hear about all the nasty tragedy stuff anymore.
Yeah, it continues to go on. Yeah.
And
always
what
will.
What did they replace it with?
Apparently another airbag, but not made by Takata.
Yeah.
That's what I understand.
I thought that was the problem. They were all made by Takata.
At one time.
At the time, they were, but the replacements are not Takata because they went out of business. All right. Let's do something fun for a change.
All right.
Please.
We're not gonna gripe. We're not gonna gripe about it. We're just gonna do it, and it'll be fun. And you're gonna make it fun, darn it! You hear me?
Okay, so we need Heitzman and we need George and anybody else that wants to play. You can play at home, play on your own.
Yeah.
You get your in-wheel time decoder ring, and you can figure all this out.
Okay. First up, a 1970 Dodge Coronet. Now, this vehicle became all sorts of other vehicles in a different trim level.
Yep, sure did.
Hot Rod City. I don't think that this is one of them, although it kind of looks like one. It's got a black vinyl roof on it, and it's got B stripes on the back. It looks really good.
Yeah, it does look nice.
Never was a big fan of the grill on that particular car, but anyway, 70 Dodge Coronet. How much do you think that sold for? Now, let's just to be fair on this. This is not some sort of a hot rod.
The daily driver, it looks like.
It's a daily driver.
It says it's an RT, but...
Well, that's a daily driver.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 21.
21.
I've been watching Barrett.
Jeff Heitzman says
12.
12. Okay. And George says 27.9. It sold for 23.1.
Oh.
So you guys are all pretty much in the same
Pretty
ballpark.
close,
Not
yeah.
bad.
I've been watching Barrett Jackson, so here you go.
All right. Up next, not one of my favorite Ford Mustangs, but the 1984 model year. This is a white one with looks like completely stock, and is it a convertible?
Yeah, convertible
Yes, it's
ragtop.
convertible.
Okay.
It looks like a Dodge from the front end, doesn't it? To me,
It does kind of,
yeah,
yes.
like a Dodge. All right, I'm gonna go $9,000.
$9,000.
Yeah.
Jeff says $9,000. Do our boys in the Bay Area there? Do they have any clue what a
Well,
guess on this?
David threw out 20,000, but he was a little. I don't know if he was a little late on the other car or what.
Okay.
But Jeff
Heitzman
Heitzman,
says 23.
yeah.
Jeff likes it.
Oh, David. George said, David, if you're listening, George said, put your pants on.
You don't need pants to bid.
No.
Oh,
And-
George
and-
says
and-
19,999.
And you know, one of the things that what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get Jeff Heitzman into something that he can join the fray with the rest of us.
Yeah.
And, you know, Jeff, this would be a good car for you, an 84 Ford Mustang. It's a convertible down there in the Bay Area.
I don't see Jeff driving that car.
You know,
Jeff's a tall guy.
he is a big
Well, yeah,
guy.
but it's a convertible. Drop the
Yeah.
top.
And get in.
Yeah. Okay, so what is it?
How much
I said 9, and the other guys are bidding.
are they
We're-
bidding?
I,
Well, we ain't got time to
14, let's see,
linger
okay.
on this.
That one, that one, that one.
Well, you just zipped through them and couldn't see them.
Oh, Jeff Heitzman says 23. David Ainsley says 14, and George says 19,999.
$6,700.
I said
There you go,
9.
Jeff
All
Heitzman.
right.
There it is.
I'm collecting them all.
Now, this one here is special. It is a 1958 Chevrolet Impala
Yeah.
convertible. And I will tell you that this is nothing to sneeze at. This looks like an all original. And it's
Fender
got
skirts.
oh, but look what it's
wide
got.
whites.
Look, is that a 409 under the hood? You know, she's real fine by 409, and if it's a 409, the valve covers look like 409-ish to me.
Kind of do, yeah.
Then this is a very rare car. So keep that in mind, placing your bids.
$60,000.
60,000 is
Yeah.
what Jeff says.
Jeff Heitzman says 3,500 or
35,000.
35,000. I'm sorry, 35,000. Jeff
And George says 39,999.
and 99 cents.
Well, none of you were anywhere close.
It's
I don't know where
100,000.
David went.
Well, you ready?
Yeah.
If I had a drum, I would roll it. A 58 Chevrolet Impala convertible with a 409 and it sold for $141,750.
If you add up all of our bids, that's what it comes to.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
We're all going in on it. Road
dude,
trip.
that is a very rare car.
Yeah, very
It's
nice.
got
Yeah.
the 409 in it.
And those wheels look pretty sharp too.
Okay, next
look at
up, this is a Dale Earnhardt car. That's I have to compare it to that because he drove that car with the number 3 on the side of it forever and ever and ever. That body style.
I actually have a friend of mine that has a black Earnhardt Monte Carlo.
87 Chevy Monte Carlo, probably has a small V8 in it, whatever that was in the day, 350 or something, with no horsepower, but it looks good. How much?
And what you're saying?
87,
Okay, I'm gonna go 11 grand.
11
Yeah,
grand.
I'm gonna go $11,000.
Complete with the velour interior.
Yeah, and that's very nice, very soft on your butt.
Why don't they bring that back?
I wish they would.
I'd buy that.
$24,999 for Mr. Skelton.
Okay,
Jeff Heitzman is a 41,000. Good
41,000.
Yeah,
You must have hit an extra key there.
I must have.
All right. Well, it sold for $17,588.
It's a little light, but that was close.
Yeah.
It's an SS, and
Is it?
yeah, if you look right below the mirror there, it's got the
Oh yeah,
SS
yeah. I
pad
see
on
that.
it.
Okay. All right. Next up, a 2008 Ford Shelby Mustang.
Yeehaw!
An 08 Shelby Mustang. This is a good-looking car.
Another rag top.
Convertible.
It's got the,
Yeah.
It's got the Carrera bar on it.
So I don't think that it's too far-fetched for anybody to buy this car.
31.
The only problem that I have with cars like that is that at some point in its life, it probably got ragged on a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Surely you jest.
Shelby Mustang,
31.
2008. And
Convertible.
convertible. Jeff says...
I'm 31.
31.
Jeff Heisman's 42.
Well, both of you all have overbid.
33 for George. 33 plus 9.
21,264.
Wow.
And what year is it?
It's an 08. So it's 18
I would
years
think
old.
that's a deal. I would think.
Well, you would think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we all overbid. It's okay.
All right, here you go for you Oldsmobile fans.
Yeah.
An 86 Oldsmobile 442.
That hood looks like it's a little...
Well, I was going to tell you, on that hood, I was looking at some of the other pictures. That is the clouds.
I was going to say, it's either
Yeah,
clouds,
the clouds.
or
Yeah. There's
This
other
looks
pictures
like a-
where that's not there.
Yeah, except for the wheels, I think it looks pretty stock. Aftermarket wheels on there. I think that if I don't know as if I'd put any aftermarket wheels on that.
I'm going to go 15 to 17.
Wait a minute, 15 to 17.
He wants a nice
that's
range.
Yeah, no, we need something more precise.
All
than
right, I'll
that.
go 15.
15.
All right,
Or
here's
17.
George. I think George missed the key, but he says 999.
900. Yeah, they drug it out of the junkyard.
Yeah.
And Heisman's 22. Well, it sold for Mr. Heitzman would win this one. 19,688 is what it sold for.
David's close to 18.
Okay. We got two more to go.
All right.
Next up is a 05 Ford Thunderbird. I will never forget when they first came out with that car. I drove it, and I was not impressed with it, and I hated the look of it, and I still feel the same way about it. It's an 05 Ford Thunderbird. So you're going to buy the car just because it has a Thunderbird name? This one here has the optional removable top that's got the opera window in the back. Ooh. Could you make it any uglier?
Well, the color I'm sure helps a lot.
Oh, yeah.
12.
So, but you drove one of these, Don, with the V8?
Yeah, when they first came out. But it was probably somewhere around 2001. Is that when they first came out? Somewhere in there. Same car, same body style.
Yeah.
Not much different. But they quit making that pretty quick because it didn't sell. Well, hello. So how much for the 05 Thunderbird?
Heisman says 17. I say 12. George is a little under 10 grand at 99999.
Well, you win.
And then David came in at 12,000 as well.
Yeah.
Well, so Heitzman, Jeff Zekin and David Ainsley, it sold for $13,388.
All right.
So they could split it. Each one of them take a bucket seat.
God, no.
Take a hard top and a soft top.
No, that'd be one of those you'd kill your friend. Last up, this is a 1981 DeLorean DMC 12. But it looks like it was in the process of being restored or stripped or something because
It's in a chop shop.
it's in a chop shop. I would imagine that somebody said, what a great project car, and then said,
I think he said it sat for like 12 years in his garage because he was going to get to it eventually, but he gave up.
Yeah.
one of those kind of things.
Does it have a flux capacitor? That's going to raise the price.
I did not see one. There's an engine shot there, but I don't recognize the flux capacitor.
I'm going to go 8 grand. That's pretty much parts car.
Well, Mr. Heitzman agrees with you at 8 grand.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
I think everybody else is still in a state of shock that it's up there.
The 81 DeLorean DMC 12, you see pictured here, sold for $17,745. Wow. My guess is it doesn't roll.
George says punitive.
Punitive damages. Yeah, you'd never want to buy a car like not me anyway. Boy, I'll tell you what.
That's a serious basket case. You literally got to put it in baskets to get it home.
Yeah.
Yeah, not for me. All right, we need to take a break. Shall we do that?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, coming up, Jeff has the cruise in and events calendars, and we're going to try to get driving destinations in here, or we can put it off. What would you like, Mr. Mars?
I'm following you.
It's your feature.
Following you today, sir.
We can do it.
All right, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So we've got all that and more coming up here on the End Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Stay with us. We'll be back after this quick break.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Loopy Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Loopy Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Loopy Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in Houston. Visit any of the Loopy Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Loopy experience with queso flamiado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Loopy beef and chicken fajitas or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Loopy Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Loopy Tortilla. Eats pretty good. Apple or Android, In Wheel Time podcast can be found everywhere, on the stream and through downloads. Whether you're on the road or at home and searching for a fun car talk show, give In Wheel Time a try. Honest new car reviews, fun, informative interviews with real car people, weekly automotive news, features like Jeff's Car Culture, Mike's Driving Destinations, all on In Wheel Time. Check us out on SiriusXM Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or while you're shopping on Amazon through Amazon Music. InWheelTime.com has a list, so check us out.
You'll like it.
I like it. Uh-oh, what happened?
Hey, be sure and join us for our regular live show every week. In Wheel Time airs Saturdays 10 to noon on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. And if you miss it, you can catch 30-minute podcasts from your favorite podcast store. Well, it's free. Thanks for joining us today.
If you miss it, we need in writing why you missed it.
Need a doctor's excuse.
Yeah.
We need a note from home.
Yeah.
That's it. The home.
From the home.
From the home. All right, we're going to do driving destinations now, Mr. Mars. You got that queued up and ready to go?
I got it, Michael.
Oh, Jeff's got it queued. Yeah, all you need to do is say the words, Mike.
I'm ready for it. And I was really looking forward to this one because Mother's Day is coming up, so you got to do a little planning ahead for some of these things if you want to make a nice little getaway. And so these 5 places are going to be, they're less than a half a day's drive from Houston, Austin, San Antonio, even Dallas-Fort Worth. So we're talking about a hill country getaway here, but we're not talking about a regular getaway. We're talking about glamping, Texas style. And what you want to do then is we're talking about open skies, a glass of wine, and maybe a hot tub, and no kids around for the majority of these. So the first one we want to start with is Safari for the Soul. Now, this place is outside of Austin in Marble Falls, built specifically for couples. There's no kids, no crowds. Got some luxury tents that are tucked along the river that's not very far from Lake LBJ.
Would you please, wait a minute. Would you please define a luxury tent?
I'm working on that.
Okay.
So you got the luxury tent. You're going to have possibly private hot tubs, outdoor showers, movie setup. Sometimes some of these will have air conditioning, but this particular one doesn't. It's more of a tent. It's glamping, more of a wine, sit out and look at the stars type of thing. And but that one's at Marble Falls. Now, if you want to, I got one up here I'm saving for you, Don. If your idea of glamping is a little more towards modern, the Walden Retreats Hill Country. Now, this is another 21 and up venue that you can go to. It's about an hour west of Austin. It's based on 96 acres out on the Pedernales River. These are architect-designed 500 square foot tents. Now, they got big glass views of the hill country. They got soaking tubs, big decks all around it. They have air conditioning. They have heaters. They've got running waters, private baths, king-size bed, and even a kitchenette. So it's quiet, but it's out in the middle of the wine country, so you can also get you some wine, sit out, watch the sun go down, and have a big time with Mom for the weekend without the kiddies. Now, the other one you can go
Not
to.
Not your mom. Not your mother. That would be the mother of your children.
Yeah, okay. Mother's Day, the mother of your children. You probably don't want to take your mom.
Correct.
Yeah, that's true.
Just wanted to make sure that we got that straight.
All right, so the Utiscope Echo Glamping Resorts. Now, these are some elevated glamping pods. They're kind of futuristic. They got a lot of sci-fi type stuff in, a lot of technology, but they got private jacuzzis. They got a dining area. They got a patio that you can sit out there and look down across the hill country. And because it's outside of Austin far enough, you can literally see a lot of the stars. So it's not like a typical hotel that you want to go to for the weekend. Now, if you want something to get a little more laid back on the other end of the spectrum, go to the Juniper Ranch and Retreat at Canyon Lake. Now, again, this is 21 plus place. Now, they've got bell tents and vintage Airstreams, so that if you want a little RV feel to it, you can get that. They got hammocks. They got hot tubs. And it's near Canyon Lake. It's about 30 minutes to New Braunfels from there if you decide you need to go into town. And it's a place where you slow down. You know, you can drink your coffee a little bit longer, but the phones don't work so good, and the internet don't work near as good as the phones work. But if you really want some more room to roam, go to the Base Camp Resort. Now, this is a resort out in Hunt, Texas, near Kerrville, so it's a little bit further out. But it's a little more West Texas, less crowds. But they got the glamping tents in the cabins, and you have access to the Guadalupe River and a private lake. So if you want to go do a little river
floating,
rafting,
yeah, you can do that. But again, it's a little bit further west, so you got the cloud. The skies are a lot clearer because you're away from all the ambient light that's around. So it gets out there if you want to do a little nighttime viewing. It's a great place to go and do that. So you can do all of these things, and you can have a lot of the comfort of being kind of out camping, but you've also got the comforts of air conditioning and heating. They're all within a half-day drive.
And if it just so happens that you smell weed wafting through every once in a while, the cops
Austin
aren't nearby. They'll have to take them 30 minutes to get there.
Yeah, you're in
Well,
Austin.
yeah, you got to back up to the one up. I think it's up in Hunt. That's where you're going to kind of get in that secondhand smoke that you got to watch out for. But anyway,
boy.
so none of these places are very big. So if you want to go to these places or others like them, you need to plan ahead and make your reservations, because some of these only have 11, 12,
Call
maybe
Mike
14
Mars
rooms.
and he'll make the reservations.
Absolutely. I'll
Mars
give you a map.
in Wheel
I'll
Time.
tell you where to go.
Oh, he's going to tell you where to go. Already.
Yeah. Well, he's told me that several times this morning. Well, thank you, Mr. Mars. That was entertaining and fun.
Yep.
All right, time now for the cruise in and events calendars here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Jeffrey Zekin happens to have that.
Betcha next Saturday is the Alvin Rotary Club 52nd Annual Frontier Day Car and Bike Show. Whew. It goes from 7 a.m. to 4:30. It's at 145 South Disney Street in Alvin, Texas. Scheduled to take place rain or shine. So you can get online registration through the alvinrotary.org site. There is a $30 show registration, and it'll be fun for everybody. So get out there in Alvin and enjoy that. And then we've got the Veterans Benefit Car Show. That's coming up next weekend. That goes from 8 to 3 p.m. at 3900 University Boulevard in Tyler, Texas. It's the Kappa Sigma Fraternity and Hazelwood Hot Rods. They're hosting this event. Fundraiser supports the Military Heroes Campaign. It's also sponsored by Wagner Cadillac of Tyler. You go, Wagner. So get out there. It begins at 8 o'clock, goes through 3. Classic Car Show and Fundraiser. This is in Clarksville Street in Paris, Texas. You didn't know we had one. It's right next to the Eiffel Tower.
Take the last train to Clarksville.
You bet. It's at 3500 Clarksville Street. Events is open to all car models, all car makes. It's a $20 registration fee. It goes from 9 to 11. Awards will be presented at 2. The registration's from 9 to 11. So the fundraiser will feature cars show, awards, games, live music, the New Glory Revival. There's going to be a bake sale, Mike, and craft sales.
New Glory Revival. Is this a Bible thing?
It could be. It's very possible it could be. So get out there, and if you find out, get on out there. So next Saturday,
take your Bible with you.
There you go. You can thump it. April Cruise and Car Show Swap Meet at Faux Real Trade Days. This is
Faux Real.
Faux Real. That's
Faux
it.
Real.
It's at 180 Independence Street in Liberty, Texas. It goes from 9 to 5.
That's FAUX.
Faux Real.
Real. REAL. Faux Real.
Faux Real Trade Show.
All right.
That's right, bro. Food trucks, coffee, treats, all got good stuff. You got vendors out there. Get on out there and enjoy that. And then next Sunday, the Hometown Hot Rodder Sellers Show that's in Rose City, Texas. That's actually east of Beaumont, isn't it, Mike?
Yes, it's in between Beaumont and Orange.
There you go. So Mike's got one going on out
there is a between Beaumont and Orange?
It's a tweener, yeah.
It's a
There's
tweener.
Yeah. So check out the posters, videos, and all that stuff. So get on out there. You got one in Brazoria County next Sunday as well. So they're all over the place. It's springtime. It's summertime. There's a car show or event going on somewhere near you. All you got to do is look for it. You don't need me to do that. Get on out there and enjoy yourself.
Stellantis is teaming with Microsoft in a 5-year collaboration to develop solutions in areas such as artificial intelligence and cybersecurity. Here we go. Stellantis and Microsoft co-developing more than 100 AI initiatives that will span customer care, product development, and operations. These include AI-powered product development and validation, whatever that is, predictive maintenance and testing, and faster deployment of new digital features and services. So you're getting the computer company involved now in Stellantis.
Yep.
Technology could result in drivers receiving intelligent recommendations for more energy-efficient driving in urban environments, along with proactive vehicle health insights and feature updates designed to improve everyday usability, the companies said. Stellantis will deploy and operate an AI-driven global cyber defense center spanning its information technology systems, connected vehicles, manufacturing sites, and digital products. This will allow the automaker to anticipate and detect cyber threats faster with AI-driven analytics and ensure consistent protection of connected services and customer data. And the automaker said cybersecurity will be further embedded into every digital vehicle experience, safeguarding interactions across mobile apps and in-vehicle services. And this is a real thing, by the way.
Yeah.
The car manufacturers are very well aware of cybersecurity because they will now download updates to their software, and they're really worried that somebody's going to hack into that and download a bunch of garbage into your car's computer and mess it all up.
Well, it's happened on a lesser scale than that by theft.
Using Jeep as an example, Stellantis said drivers will benefit from reliable connectivity and protected data access in remote terrain.
And the thing is, they've got it to the point now, some goober brain can come in there and say, I'm going to hack your vehicles and all of them are going to crash unless you pay me $10 billion.
Yeah.
Just the threat.
Well, they're stealing them by the VIN code. There's some kind of app or whatever device they use. And I think it was started on Teslas, wasn't it? They started doing it on Teslas because of all the load.
They were the first ones that really hammered on
that
downloads.
Suffered from it, right.
Very strange.
Yep.
Well, it's not strange if you're into that sort of thing and very connected.
The dark
as it
web.
were. Yeah, the dark web. Okay, well, it's time for us to take a quick break. And we're going to begin hour 2 right after this. But we'd love to hear from you. Just shoot us an email. The address here is info@inwheeltime.com. We'll be back after these messages.
Your car is a direct reflection of you, so don't be satisfied with color fade or a dingy, dull appearance. Get rid of those terrible automated car wash scratches. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your save-the-paint company. John Gray and his team of detailing experts can help your car's finish without a full repaint. Searching for real experts in window tint or windshield protection? Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Dash cams, radar detectors, Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Got a new car? Get it protected as soon as you take delivery. If you don't know which of the multitude of protection products to go with, John Gray will give you an honest opinion and won't sell you something you don't need. John will help you understand the many options and pricing right on the spot. He's your guy to have your ride looking its best and protected too. See the state-of-the-art shop yourself. Free tours anytime. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is easy to get to, located just south of the Southwest Freeway on the Sam Houston Parkway. Gulf Coast Auto Shield, full-service luxury car care today and online at gcautoshield.com. Gift giving should be meaningful, and we have an idea. A hand-painted custom illustration of your car from one of the nation's leading artists. Now you can get one or a car show poster customized for you, a friend, or a loved one. Bill Sites will be happy to guide you through the process. No matter what the day, birthday, anniversary, or any day, an Autographics custom illustration adds an extra touch of class to any home. Call Bill today, 832-922-0963. That's 832-922-0963.
Yeah, there's that. Old Fumble Fingers Don.
Old
here.
Fumble Fingers.
Yep. Hey, it's the award-winning In Wheel Time Car Talk Show today, coming to you from our Dual City studios in Texas, USA. Just ahead, Dyno Day at the Community College.
All right.
Learn about all that. Later, our story of the week, Jeff's Motor Minute, and I'll review the all-new 2026 Kia Sportage plug-in review. Just ahead on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world Mars, way over there in the other studio. We need more Jeff Zekin, Chief Engineer David Ainsley. He's hanging in there with us.
Hanging.
And I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us for our Saturday matinee. Can I call it that?
You can.
What is the definition of a matinee?
Daytime.
I thought it was the afternoon show.
Yeah, afternoon would be a matinee.
Well, it's funny because we always used to call the...
You know who would know? George would know.
Yes, he would.
George has been in theater. Is born and raised in the...
Dad was the general manager of the Metropolitan Theater in
he's
downtown
into,
Houston years ago.
Hollywood and all
What's
that.
the definition of matinee?
I just told you.
I know you did. Is a musical, dramatic, or cinematic performance held during the daytime, typically in the early to mid-afternoon.
Oh, there you go.
Kind of like
Michael.
not this show.
Yeah.
We're not a matinee show.
We're pre-matinee.
We are.
We're always pre-something.
Pre-something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Premature matinee.
Okay. Do we have our guest, Mr. Mars?
No, I just texted him. He was supposed to have been here 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Well, it seems to be the theme of the day, doesn't
The
it?
theme of the day.
Well, he was here. Up here he comes.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right. Well,
Ta-da!
for non-broadcasting people, it really doesn't make that big of a deal.
know.
But for broadcasting people, when you say 11 o'clock, then, that's 11:00:00. Austin Maness, we're giving you a bad time.
Hey,
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Mars, we're going to let you deal with that. And
comes from somewhere you're not supposed to. You got to.
well, you need to go outside where you can get a signal on your cell phone because you're breaking up really bad here. If you
Yeah.
don't mind.
I'm gonna text him. I'll be right back.
Well, there he is.
Austin, can you hear it? No,
No,
he's gone.
He's gone.
All right.
Now there he is. Try it.
All right. Austin, are you there? No. All right.
Nope.
So
Yeah, there he is.
let's do Jeff's Motor Minute, shall we?
Okay. Well, here the motor minute. Did you eat in your car? Do you have snacks?
We
or
always do.
French fries or anything
Yeah,
like that?
always.
Hate it. I'm not a eating in the car kind of person. Kathy does. She eats. She'll
I
snack.
know because you're what my mother used to call a clean finger.
Well, all 10 fingers are clean.
I know.
Excuse
You
me.
can
So,
only imagine.
do you know what some of the worst ones are? Well, they're kind of mixed up. But,
All right. Well, please.
one of them is a sandwich. It's a classic road trip lunch, endlessly customized. You prepare it in advance, won't spoil in some cases. A few hours in the trunk, and it's wrapped properly. However, when you're eating it, the choice is filling crucial parts of the seat. It's messy. You're getting it on yourself. You got stuff on your hands. Now, I've occasionally done that. You're at Buc-ee's and you get one of the sandwiches and you're eating it.
Oh yeah.
I
And you
hate
got that cranberry turkey dripping all over your pants.
That's exactly.
Yes.
They mentioned cranberry turkey in this. Hard candy. It's usually popular. Do you know that there's a choking element in that? While you're
Of
driving?
course,
Yeah,
yes.
so that's one of them that you really shouldn't do. Cups of yogurt, family favorite. You get some, nutrition and protein and calcium and all that stuff. But you need cutlery. You need a spoon. You need a chance of dripping on yourself and on the seat.
And not only that, but if it gets down between the seat and the center console, it goes up.
And it
Ew.
stinks. It's one of the foods that does smell.
It smells
quickly.
funny in here. What is that?
Yep.
Oh, that's
Yep.
the yogurt that I had 2 years ago.
Yep. Watermelon. Don't eat watermelon while you're driving because it's liquidy, moist, wet, seeds. You get it all over yourself.
Yeah.
It drips in the seat and everything. And my favorite, we're all going to see this, hard-boiled eggs. Very tempting.
Oh,
on a
listen.
road trip.
And you know what? In about 10 minutes after you eat it, you get another treat inside the car.
They're high in protein. Take a little preparation, and in general, keep the whole family happy, even when eaten cold. However, you might be left regretting the decision to fill the lunch bag with eggs once they're a few hours into the journey.
Can I confess something?
Go ahead.
I had 2 daughters in the car most of the time. And I had a button in the Suburban that you could lock the roll down windows.
I could still do that.
Yeah. And I used to have lots of fun in the car.
Eating hard-boiled eggs.
Yeah, eating hard-boiled eggs and then
and
not allowing them to roll down the windows. Dad, oh my God, Dad, oh my God, in the back seat.
So don't canned fish, especially tuna or salmon.
Lord,
Yeah,
yes.
don't do that.
I got a guy that I work with at work. He brings sardines in.
Yeah,
and it permeates the entire
my
office.
dad would eat sardines, but in the house he wouldn't eat them.
No,
in the car.
you eat them outside.
But it's the smell. It puts people off. Heat you put the heat in the equation and all that stuff, and they start stinking in a food bag. So if you're eating fish in the car, be aware that it's not a good idea.
What a great idea! Sardine drive-through.
Sardine and hard-boiled eggs. That's you got anything for the trip? Yeah, sardine.
Might as well have some broccoli in there too. Listen, I think we got Austin ironed out.
Okay.
We didn't. He did.
So,
must have.
There you go.
Austin, did you go outside?
Yeah, I did a little technical switching up on the phone, so hopefully that works out a little bit better.
Well, it does.
Good. Sounds good.
So Austin is our guy for our interview here, is the director of the Carroll Shelby Auto Institute and Northeast Texas Community College Dyno Day event.
All right.
So is this an annual event, a monthly event?
Well, in the past, they've had it kind of one per semester, spring and fall. We typically had done it around the anniversary of Carroll's passing in May. We found out that was a little tough with finals and everything and graduation. So we bumped it up a little early in the spring to give a lot of our supporters and our students a chance to enjoy the day and get out here. Obviously, with a little wet out here on this beautiful spring Mount Pleasant day, but so we typically do it one in the spring and one in the fall, and we're hoping to kind of reinvigorate that to keep that frequency going.
So something tells me that Northeast Texas Community College has some sort of an automotive program.
That's true. Had an automotive program, and obviously Carroll Shelby, the late great that's from this area, told the college that, hey, he'd really like to support this trade and this skill set in the auto industry, especially in the performance industry. And so he let the college use his name to gain notoriety and help with recruiting and such to get students to be interested in this kind of stuff. And so among several programs, EMS, funeral services, cosmetology, welding, police, there's just so many programs here. And auto tech is definitely a very robust one as well.
Could you put him full screen, Mike?
Yeah.
One of the things that I see here that you're up in Mount Pleasant, Texas. Tell everybody where Mount Pleasant is.
So we are, I'd say it's I-30 that runs between Dallas and Texarkana, and Mount Pleasant is just a hair closer to Texarkana. And so if you're coming to the college, you would basically come to Mount Pleasant, head south about 10 minutes out into the country a little bit, and then you're here at the campus. Beautiful campus.
Well, I will tell you that I've always considered that part of the state of Texas, that'd be the piney woods of East Texas. Am I correct?
Yes, sir. There's definitely some beautiful pines here, and the farther west you go, they tend to thin out. By the time you get to Dallas-Fort Worth, you just see a few left.
That's why all the good people live over there in Mount Pleasant.
Logging country.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we've got viewers, listeners of our program that have no clue what a dyno day is. And dyno is short for an object that is a dynamometer that put cars on, and you run up the motor and spin the great big wheel behind it, and it measures all sorts of things like the output of the engine and horsepower and tuning and that sort of thing. And what is it that you guys are doing up there? So you get 2 runs for $35. So that means that you get your car onto the dyno and you make a baseline pull, if you will. And then on the second run, you've done some tuning or some
adjusting.
Some sort of fine wonderfulness to the car that bumps it up a little bit.
Fuel air mixture. Hey, Mike, do we have a shot of his? Do we have a video, Mike?
Well, I've got a shot of the flyer, but I don't think we can add it without overlaying.
Okay, well, let's not do all that. Okay. So tell me, Am I far from the truth here?
You're spot on. Basically, we've got customers, these participants. They could be students themselves from the college. They could be. We've got a wonderful Shelby Club out of Dallas, Shelby Cobra Association of Texas, that supports us, and so they'll bring some cars out. And what they're, every customer has their reasons for what they're doing. One will, exactly like you mentioned, they're going to do a pull on the dyno. They're going to get a horsepower and a torque reading. They're going to go into their tune and they're going to adjust some settings. And they're going to get that second pull to make sure that those settings are what they wanted to do. Then you've got the folks that are just, hey, I just like to know what my car does. I never really understood the horsepower and torque, outputs of this, and I just want to see what it does. And then some people just want a picture of their car and hear it rev up really loud, and so it's that the audience loves to see that. And so, we have it set up, but the main purpose of the whole thing is to highlight what the students are doing here,
Absolutely.
what they're learning, how they hook up the cars, what they're testing for, they do a tech inspection of every car before it gets on the dyno. And so the purpose of the Dyno Day is to showcase what they've been learning and to show donors and community members, hey, this is what's out here in the Piney Woods, and you need to be a part of this.
Okay, well, it just is. I've got to say this because I watch the videos on Reels and on YouTube, and every once in a while I run across one that mesmerizes me. So and most of them are diesels, and they'll put a diesel on a dyno and they'll rev it up, and it'll either be a runaway or something goes haywire, and they wind up blowing it up right there in front of God and everybody, and you're going, holy Toledo.
And that was the question I had. Is this open to any vehicle or just Mustangs?
So specifically for our dyno, it has to be a rear-wheel drive vehicle. There are dynos that exist for all-wheel drive or front-wheel drive vehicles, but ours specifically is meant for a rear-wheel drive vehicle, which is what most people have. They're driving around in their garage. I would love to have the all-wheel drive, but that's a few more tuition payments before I can order one of those.
Yeah, and to Don's point, what's the liability if something like that does happen to a vehicle?
So, there's clear instructions for the participants on who owns what. Obviously, if the dyno has an issue, that's on us, and that's why we take very good care to make sure that all the equipment's functional before our day starts. If the driver does something like drives in a car that's, we don't let it on the dyno, obviously, if we've had seen some technical problems during the tech inspection. And so, unfortunately, we'll turn people away and say, hey, man, I'm not going to take your money, but you definitely want to go get this checked out. I can't put you on the dyno if you've got a large bubble on your rear tire or if your drive shaft's leaking active grease. So there's things like that we take care to basically it's risk mitigation, just to make sure that we're here to have a good day. We're here to, help the customer out, but at the same time, safety is always paramount to anything you do.
I like that. Risk mitigation.
Mitigation. So have you ever had any that you thought that the risk was mitigated, but as it turns out, it wasn't so much mitigated and the car blew up on the dyno?
That has absolutely happened, and I've seen it at dynos, just at regular mod shops, where maybe the customer wasn't forthright with what maybe they had under the hood, or maybe they got some bad fuel, and when that engine pops, and then everybody's like, "Oh no!" or they blow a coolant hose and leaks all over the floor, and then of course that stops everything, and we got to clean it up, and so that's a bit embarrassing for the vehicle owner. But like I said, we minimize those by making sure we're checking them out before they get on the dyno.
Okay, so I've got a 2001 stock Corvette C5 with a 6-speed manual transmission. Nothing fancy. We don't blow the tires off of it. It's only got 36,000 miles on it. It's a nice, sweet car. I want to bring it up there, but I don't know anything about getting into the computer of that car and diddling with the engine settings in it. And what I'd really like to do is I'd like to get the engine settings as they were from the factory. How do I go about that?
So you're trying to return the settings to the factory settings?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Reboot it.
Yeah, and that's easily doable. Especially at a dealership can absolutely do that for you, because they'll have what they call the base tune that the manufacturer had put into those motors, and so they could absolutely flash what they call flash your tune and reload the factory settings. If somebody's gone in there and adjusted things, and now you're the owner of the vehicle, you may want to know that they've altered some of those things, because it could affect things like warranty and performance. And so you could definitely come up here and test it on the dyno and get an idea of what the horsepower is, and then go to your dealership and say, hey, I think something's up here. I think somebody made a mistake, or I just like to make this my Sunday driver and I want it factory setting.
Well, I made the mistake. I made the mistake of allowing somebody, and I spent a lot of money, allowing them to mess with it. And so now it varies, but I will tell you, generally speaking, you're in fifth gear, sixth gear, and running down the road, and you just kind of barely mash on that accelerator pedal just a little bit, and all of a sudden, it's got a knock. In other words, it's been advanced too much, in my estimation. Yeah. And it really has not done anything to make the performance of the vehicle any more than it really was to begin with. So I'd just like to get it back to where it was.
And I'd say start at scientifically speaking, start at zero and work your way back to where you want to be.
Yeah. Well, like you said, go to Chevrolet. Well, I'm not going to go to Chevrolet, but I'll go to somebody that has that flash program that they can stick back in there. And I'm sure that there's an aftermarket for that, is there not?
I'm sure most of the tuners that you can buy, SCT, Engage, HP tuners, like a lot of those, you'll be able to kind of, and most reputable tuners probably, work on a car like that, and they have that flash tunes, that manufacturer's tunes saved on their device.
Particularly a 2001. I mean, that's old enough. I would think any proprietary is gone off of it.
Well, that and the fact that I don't want to tout the fact that it's a 2001 ancient old beast, but I love it, and so
don't put yourself down.
Yeah.
Well, there is that. So today's event, which is going on right now, 9 to 3. Do you have cars lined up out there to get on the dyno?
At first I thought, well, this rain's going to keep it down. But I tell you what, we got a parking lot full of cars. We've got actually a Shelby GT500 just got loaded on the dyno. We've had a Beamer, like an M3 BMW was up there. We had a Miata that pulled about 170 horsepower. Pretty impressive. But yeah, we've got some Mustangs out here, and one's just starting up.
How big is your shop?
Austin, you're using your phone. Can you turn it around, turn to the other camera and kind of point it? That way we can see it a little bit better.
Yeah. Well,
there you go.
How many students do you have in the automotive department up there?
It sounds like that's how many students. We have around 70 students, and that's a combination of folks that are they walk up here and they say, hey, I want to go to this school and I want this program, and then which is like certification and associate's degrees. And then we've got, I'd say 50% of our population is dual credit students. So they're high school students and they're juniors and seniors, and they come up here and do some automotive classes, and they get credit for both their high school and their college. And we really love those kids because they come in here and they're obviously looking forward to advancing their education after high school.
Man, this sounds something that was right up my alley back when I was in high school. So maybe perhaps you've got some sort of line on places to stay, weekends, whatever the case may be. I mean, I've given anything to do something like that when I was in high school.
Absolutely. And I remember when I showed up to Texas A&M about 1 million years ago, and I had 0 credit hours walking into it. And I had all these peers and classmates that are like, oh, yeah, I've already got 30, 40 hours. Like, how is that possible? And they said, dual credit, man. And I thought, man, what an opportunity.
Well, so there is a way. And I guess that you or a professor up there that knows the ins and outs of this, they would be able to guide you into something like that.
Absolutely. And for a high school person, their favorite, or I'd say their most useful that they can talk to is their local kind of they've called them different things over the years. I call them, high school guidance counselors. But there's a career counselor that will basically sit down with a student and say, hey, man, what are you looking to do? And that is the person a student would want to leverage to say, hey, how do I get into this? I'm really interested. How do I program it? So they would say, well, let me call Austin Maness down there, and I think he's got a slot for you. And so we would work with them and just walk them through like, hey, here's the plan. Here's the classes you need to take to get your certification. And those high school guidance counselors really appreciate it when a graduating high school senior walks away with a certification or a degree, because it really helps their educational funding they get from the state and the federal government. So it's to their benefit.
Austin, let me ask you, so does the high school itself have to have a program?
No. It's basically whatever the state regulates is what is necessary for a high school diploma. And then our curriculum, of course, is set by, higher levels like state and federal. And so as long as that matches up, and we are flexible, and if it's something that needs to be worded properly or a specific course, we have the ability to kind of set up a class specifically for that high school. Our community college services 4 counties and those high schools that are inside that. And so those high schools, basically, they already are getting the funding specifically to send students to us. But we can take students.
Well, Austin, listen, I really appreciate you taking the time to visit with us today during your open house and Dyno Day. That's up there at the Northeast Texas Community College in Mount Pleasant, Texas. Look them up. It's great stuff. Austin Maness, we sure appreciate you taking the time this morning.
Appreciate you guys so much.
Thank you, sir. Austin. Just ahead, Jeff's Motor Minute, and I review the new Kia Sportage plug-in when the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flamiado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupi beef and chicken fajitas or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupi Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupi Tortilla. Eats pretty good. Apple or Android, In-Wheel Time podcast can be found everywhere, on the stream and through downloads. Whether you're on the road or at home and searching for a fun car talk show, give In-Wheel Time a try. Honest new car reviews, fun, informative interviews with real car people, weekly automotive news, features like Jeff's Car Culture, Mike's Driving Destinations, all on In-Wheel Time. Check us out on SiriusXM Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or while you're shopping on Amazon through Amazon Music. InWheelTime.com has a list, so check us out.
Our live In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show every Saturday at our regular time, 10 to noon Central Time, on InWheelTime.com, YouTube, and Facebook. And don't forget, 30-minute podcasts of our shows can be found at your favorite podcast store. We hope that you will join us. Time now for this hour's car review. I had a chance to drive the 2026 Kia Sportage. Available trim levels include the X-Line and the X-Line Prestige. Our reviewed trim level was the PHEV, plug-in hybrid electric, X-Line, Prestige, all-wheel drive. Try to get that on the back of the car.
Yep.
This is considered a compact SUV. You and I think would most likely classify it as a midsize. It's 95% Korean parts, Korean built, the whole 9 yards. 5 seats in this thing, 2 rows. Exterior changes. This is the 5th generation that was introduced in 2023, but it does have a makeover for 2026, and it's pretty cool. Distinct front grille and lighting look great. Bulging fenders at the wheel wells, like that. Sharp-looking rear glass with a nice sunshade over the window. Wide opening rear hatch as well. So if you want to try to get, your other little car in there, you probably could. Mm-hmm. What I liked overall, the design gets high marks in my estimation. What could use improvement? Wheel design. I wasn't a big fan of the wheels, and that was the charge port that you just saw there. The gasoline port is in a different part of the car, so you don't get the two mixed up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm sure that some people, well, what is this for? Interior highlights. Clean center console, not cluttered with too many buttons and knobs. Same for the dash. It's the minimalist kind of design. Knobs and controls are just few and far between. Changeable instrument cluster. Huge infotainment screen. Steering wheel controls are just right. Ooh. Cargo room, adequate and competitive for its size and class. What I liked? Color options and seating material design. Very cool. What could use improvement? I don't know. I will tell you that I plugged this in here at the house, and I also plugged it in at the office. Only on 110 now. Just a regular standard thing. And I think that you'll be interested in this. 1.6 liter turbo with the plug-in hybrid, so it's got electricity as well. That combined makes up 268 horsepower and 271 pound-feet of torque. That's a lot, my friends. But with the combined gas and electric. 6-speed automatic transmission. Standard all-wheel drive on this one. Now, the electric and gas mileage that is advertised is 83 miles per gallon.
Wow.
Gas only is 36. Now, this is the first time that I've ever done this, where I plugged the car in so it had electricity. So I did both. The car did it for me. The both gasoline and electric. I got 61.3 miles per gallon.
Wow.
Over 468.83 miles. Pretty impressive.
Yeah.
What I liked, mileage. What could use improvement? The downshift needs improvement, and in delayed acceleration, there's a little bit of a disconnect there, but, I'm a 2-foot automatic kind of guy.
Yep.
Left foot for the brake, right foot and I may have been too fast for it, whatever. Ride and handling, smooth ride, easy handling. This is not a car that's meant for road courses. What could use improvement? Kia did not make the battery weigh down the handling. So it doesn't need improvements, just another thing that I think attributes to
look at.
Yeah, when you drive the car. Base trim price, $47,190. Price is tested $49,730, but the base model price, $40,490. Competitors, Hyundai Tucson, its cousin, starts at $40,325. Toyota RAV4 PHEV, $41,500. And the Ford Escape PHEV. First, I didn't even know that they made one. And second, the price was kind of astounding to me. It went for $31,495 as a base price.
Wow.
So that would be something that I'd definitely look into. Next week, I'm going to review the Chevy Blazer EV.
Especially for, the hybrid gas. 31. That's
a
pretty
plug-in
good.
hybrid.
Plug-in
Yeah,
hybrid,
a plug-in hybrid. Yeah, I've really never toyed with that. I just thought, I'm not going to plug it in. Why? That don't have to. Well, I did. I was disciplined enough to plug the thing in, and I was surprised at the mileage that it got.
And you say it's how much percentage is where? Korea?
95% Korean.
Oh.
It's Korean made. It's Korean assembled.
So if you drive it and you get out of it 30 minutes later, you want to drive it again? Is that Mars giggling over there? Just asking for a friend.
Why is he even on? Why is he even on?
Coming.
Why is he even on? This was my review, and you have nothing to do with this. You just stay over there and giggle all you want.
Giggly.
Just kidding. All right. So, Mr. Mars?
Yes, sir.
What have you got coming up this next half hour?
Looks like we still have auto history to do.
Yep.
Yes, we do. I've been holding back and trying to put it in its right slot today.
We got
racing.
Yeah, we got racing calendar. We got all sorts of stuff coming.
Got some headlines left.
Yeah. We got that too. Yeah, we got all that and more here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. If you'd like to get in touch with us, the email is info@inwheeltime.com. And guess who opens it? It's Mars.
Yeah.
We're back after this quick break.
Your car is a direct reflection of you. So don't be satisfied with color fade or a dingy, dull appearance. Get rid of those terrible automated car wash scratches. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your save the paint company. John Gray and his team of detailing experts can help your car's finish without a full repaint. Searching for real experts in window tint or windshield protection? Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Dash cams, radar detectors, Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Got a new car? Get it protected as soon as you take delivery. If you don't know which of the multitude of protection products to go with, John Gray will give you an honest opinion and won't sell you something you don't need. John will help you understand the many options and pricing right on the spot. He's your guy to have your ride looking its best and protected too. See the state-of-the-art shop yourself. Free tours anytime. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is easy to get to, located just south of the Southwest Freeway on the Sam Houston Parkway. Gulf Coast Auto Shield, full-service luxury car care today and online at gcautoshield.com. Gift giving should be meaningful, and we have an idea. A hand-painted custom illustration of your car from one of the nation's leading artists. Now you can get one or a car show poster customized for you, a friend, or a loved one. Bill Seitz will be happy to guide you through the process. No matter what the day, birthday, anniversary, or any day, an Autographics custom illustration adds an extra touch of class to any home. Call Bill today, 832-922-0963. That's 832-922-0963.
It's the award-winning In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Just ahead, our story of the week. Later, Jeff has the racing calendar. Mars has This Week in Auto History. And I'll have the stories making automotive news headlines. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars. There he is over there in front of the yellow car. My good friend, Jeff Zekin. David Ainsley is with us as well. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad that you could join us here. So, Mars doesn't know about this. I came up with this morning, Mike, because, you know, it just drew my attention. Did you ever have a place over there called Party City?
Yes.
Okay. I think they're all gone now. I think they went out of business. You do have an HEB over there.
Yes.
And over in the floral department, do they do helium balloons?
Yes, sir, they do.
Okay. Well, helium is the subject of our story of the week today. And I had no clue. And it drew my attention because helium, are you kidding? We used to, suck the helium out of the balloon and that, and had fun with it. Well, as it turns out, the global supply of helium is facing threats from the conflict in Iran, a warning sign for semiconductor manufacturers making chips for vehicles. I had no clue that it was involved in making chips. So here's the story. Some of the largest chip makers have only 6 months' worth of helium in the pipeline, raising concerns about another global semiconductor shortage a few years after the industry recovered from the pandemic-era constraints. And we all remember that. Helium is a byproduct of natural gas production and is used to manufacture semiconductors that are key for advanced driver assistance systems and hardware for electric vehicles. Did you know that?
Did not. No.
Okay. Analysts caution that a manufacturing meltdown is unlikely at this point, potentially skirting the worst of the semiconductor shortage that curtailed vehicle production starting in 2021. But as with other automotive industry component supply chains, the Iran war threatens to throw off a delicate balance if the conflict continues. About 30% of the global helium supply comes from Qatar, or some people call it Qatar, right, which is wrong, which is home to the world's largest liquefied natural gas plant. No clue, did you?
Nope.
You'd think that would be here. Iranian missile attacks struck that facility in March, causing significant damage, according to Qatar's Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The constriction in the global helium supply is the latest challenge for semiconductor manufacturers, already dealing with a significant hit from the Trump administration's tariffs and a shortage in dynamic random access memory, a chip ingredient that is in high demand from the artificial intelligence boom. Suppliers also have felt the squeeze from automakers consolidating vehicle architecture, which is shrinking the amount of hardware needed throughout the vehicle. Chips that are used for ADAS, infotainment, and EVs are manufactured in semiconductor fabrication plants or fabs that depend on helium for manufacturing. Part of the procedure involves machines that print circuit patterns on silicon wafers. The machines use extreme ultraviolet light to draw tiny details on the wafer. If anything unwanted is caught in this process, such as dust or water vapor, the light does not reach the silicon. Semiconductor manufacturers use helium to purge contaminants and allow fine detailed printing onto the silicon wafer. Helium also is used to cool the backside of the wafer. In general, companies cannot stockpile helium. Helium is shipped as a liquid and then vaporized and used as a gas. Liquid helium boils at about minus 452 degrees Fahrenheit, the coldest boiling point on Earth. Even the best containers accidentally boil off helium. I didn't know anything about this. Using typical insulation technology, a tanker filled with liquid helium that sits in a warehouse for 6 months will end up empty.
Wow.
Most commercial containers can store for 40 to 48 days before the volume of helium that boils off becomes unacceptable. Reuters reported March 31st that Samsung Electronics and SK Hynix, which supply roughly 2/3 of the world's chips, can access 4 to 6 months of helium inventory through their supply.
Wow.
The U.S. is the largest helium producer in the world, but not all of that product is semiconductor grade. ExxonMobil's Chute Creek facility in Wyoming produces semiconductor grade helium, but its capacity is constrained by container and logistics infrastructure. Helium market has seen shortages before, most recently Russian, American, Qatari, and Algerian facilities hiked prices in 2022 to 23. Analysts at TD Cowen said in April 5th, research note that those past shortages may have lowered the industry's reliance on helium. Some fabs have developed recycling systems and scrapped unnecessary helium usage. So they're trying to save it, but anyway, I just thought it was a fascinating story. I had no clue that helium was used to cleanse basically the air when they're making semiconductors.
Yeah, Mike's got a question, I think.
Well, and my question is, I find that fascinating because I always wondered why the phone company used hydrogen to pressurize the lines under the ground to keep the water out, basically is what it amounted to, why we didn't use helium. And now I'm wondering why they don't use hydrogen since it's a dry air and it doesn't have that displacement issue. You know, we would buy tanks of hydrogen to use.
Well, nitrogen's the same dry air. Nitrogen's a bigger molecule than oxygen, and that's why they put it in tires, so it doesn't get moisture. And so helium is not a recoverable gas. Once you use it, it's gone.
It's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, you can't wait too long to use it.
Yeah.
Right. It boils off. It boils off
itself. Yeah.
Hey, what a business to get into. Hey, let's get into the helium business, and you're fighting the clock.
Mm-hmm. Oop, it's empty. You got to buy some more.
Yeah, or make some more.
Yeah.
Well,
I didn't know that I did not know that it was a byproduct of natural gas, petroleum gas.
Huh.
Yeah. So I just thought that it was interesting.
It is.
That it's used in manufacturing silicon chips, which in turn, with all of this whole upswell of using these chips for artificial intelligence, it's competitive now with auto industry because they're all trying to get that into cars. Yeah. And anyway, it's a component that I had no clue about.
It didn't help that Iran's shooting rockets at it either.
Well, there's that. Yeah. But that's only a portion of the supply chain, but still it's an important one because they don't make a whole lot of it. And what they do make is for us up there at the Exxon facility in Wyoming. I was amazed. You know, you start to think about the petroleum industry, and somebody had asked me or asked the question in general terms about, well, why are we so worried and concerned about the oil supply oil is involved in almost everything that we have. This pair of glasses it's plastic, made from oil ultimately. Makeup, oil. It is truly amazing, all of the things that come from the oil producers.
We got pretty lubed last night.
We did. I think
there's that too.
That was courtesy of Mexico.
Yeah.
Well, everybody contributes in their own way.
That's right. And I have nothing against Mexico at all.
Not at all.
It's a shame that they don't have more of that agave further north, especially up here in Texas.
12-ounce allotments. There you go.
12 ounce. There's that. Well,
ran out.
And Mr. Mars is quite familiar with the oil industry. There's where he is.
Yeah.
In the Golden Triangle, it's a huge employer for a lot of people over there.
Yeah, and I think at one time the Golden Triangle, this area around here, pumped out like 24% of the nation's gasoline from oil, plus all the other byproducts that come with it. And now we've got 2 large LNG places that are just cranking up and starting to service the ships that are coming in to load. So I'm going to ask about that helium aspect. Since if it comes from LNG, then maybe I would like to know if they're doing that out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's no telling. You know, we really haven't heard about West Texas crude, although it is one of those price tags. There's 2 different price tags, and one of them is West Texas, the sweet oil, as it were. And it is a very, for me, convoluted and complicated industry that I really don't know anything about. All I know is that the price that I pay at the pump is about $3.60 these days per gallon.
Yeah, I got a good 5 cents off a gallon this past week. I used my Kroger points.
Yeah,
paid $3.48 or something like that.
Filled up the truck the other day, got to $92.
Wow.
Haven't quite busted 100 yet for a tank, but get close.
Did it shut off?
No.
It had more. You could have put more in it.
Yes. Well, I say that. No, the tank shut it off. You know, the pump wasn't restricted.
I got you. Yeah. Well, thank goodness we don't have that. All I can flash back on is the OPEC oil embargo. That nightmare that happened in about 1975, I think.
Yep, 74, 75, and that's how carpools were invented too.
Yeah,
back then.
That was pretty awful. Remember,
not to get too far off base, but that was a little bit more understandable. They quit selling oil to us, so it cut the supply.
We had no control.
This thing that's going on now, it's just people market it. They're saying, you still got 100% of your oil, but we're going to run the price up because somebody else doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't quite fully understand all of that. Maybe soon we can get us an oil guy on here that can explain it in simple terms, because I'm a simple kind of guy.
Golden Triangle, get somebody from out there. There you go.
There you go. Just pick up the phone and make a local phone call, Mr. Bars. Call Sarah. Sarah, give me the diner.
Yeah. Need to talk to the judge.
Yeah, whatever. All right. Well, we've got other things coming up. Mr. Mars is going to have This Week in Auto History, and I'm going to have some headlines. And Jeff may have a surprise or two.
I got a racing calendar. Yeah.
Okay. So it's all coming up. Hey, just ahead, we've got all of that and more here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. We're back after these commercial breaks.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flammeado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupi beef and chicken fajitas or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupi Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupi Tortilla. Eats pretty good. Apple or Android, In Wheel Time podcast can be found everywhere, on the stream and through downloads. Whether you're on the road or at home and searching for a fun car talk show, give In Wheel Time a try. Honest new car reviews, fun, informative interviews with real car people, weekly automotive news, features like Jeff's Car Culture, Mike's Driving Destinations, all on In Wheel Time. Check us out on SiriusXM Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or while you're shopping on Amazon through Amazon Music. InWheelTime.com has a list, so check us out.
Back at the same place for our live show, 10 to noon Central Time. Listen, watch on InWheelTime.com, Facebook, and YouTube. If you miss that, you'll be able to connect through a podcast from your favorite podcast channel anytime.
Yep.
Anytime. Time now for the racing calendar, sponsored by the Texas Muscle Car Club Challenge.
Thank you for that. Hey, listen, we got NASCAR coming up in Kansas. Both the Big Cup boys, the trucks are off, so you got just the cars running this weekend in Kansas. They're going to be running tomorrow and today. Then Talladega is the next week for them. But John was saying that their practice was rained out, or qualifying was rained out up in Kansas, so we'll see what happens there. Then you got Indy. Indy is at Long Beach this weekend. I did watch a little bit of the qualifying. That's pretty cool. Very excited about the Indy coming up. And, of course, they're prepping for what? The Indy 500. Okay, so we've got the Formula One Saudi Arabian Grand Prix is postponed because of the conflict over in the conflict area.
Conflicted area.
Conflicted area, and it's very conflicting. NHRA, they're off. They're going to be April 24th through the 26th. They're going to be at the 4-wide, which is really, okay, I guess. I'm not really a big fan of the 4-wide, but they're going to be at ZMAX Dragway.
I'm not either. Who is?
Concord, North Carolina. I don't think the drivers like it either. Like hard staging and all that other good stuff. So, and then of course the last one you got your favorite, the lawnmower racing event. You're going to be at the Lone Star Mower Racing Association regular racing season is in Madisonville, Texas. That is today. Yeah, it's today. And then you got
let's race up there.
Norco Horse Week Lawn Mower Racing in Norco, California. Maybe that's over by Jack. Could be over there. And then you got OK Mower Racing at the WRD Motor
MOWTOR
Motor Speedway. They're in Claremore, Oklahoma. And then we got some stuff coming up at the end of the month in your lawnmower guide. So tune in. Don't be late.
Lawnmower racing.
Lawnmower racing. I did my lawn this past week, and it looks awesome.
Did you race through it?
Did you win?
I'm kind of a slow cutter.
Mars, I might have messed you up over there. Did I mess it up?
Mess me up.
Okay, well, you were just sitting there doing nothing, and I thought since Jeff was talking,
listening.
You were listening?
Yes.
Okay. Well, can you put yourself back up there?
I'm sure I can.
I'm sure you can, too.
All right.
Because while you're doing that, I thought, there you go, see? I thought that, maybe now we could do the Mike Mars This Week in Auto History.
Sure.
I got it.
Very good. So we're going to start with, there was a few things I found really interesting this week in auto history, but we're going to start with April the 13th, beginning of the week. Now, in 1865, a major milestone was reached by Pontiac. Now, they did start, Pontiac was created in 1926, so by this time they had 10 millionth vehicle rolled off the assembly line. Now, this vehicle happened to be a 1965 Catalina. Now, Pontiac was very popular because of their performance, their styling. The American buyers just liked it.
That's a good-looking car there.
It is, yeah, very nice.
Yeah, absolutely. So, of course, GM decided in their infinite influence, decided to kill Pontiac off, and the last one rolled off in 2010. Now, moving up in the week, April the 16th, back in 1908, the very first car that was sold by the Oakland Motor Car Company. Never even heard of the Oakland Motor Car Company. It took place April 16th, 1908. Now, this was a brand that became very recognizable very quick. It was started by Edward Murphy, and they were considered very solid, reliable cars. And, of course, that meant General Motors needed to buy them up. And by 1920s, GM introduced Pontiac. And it was so popular that they did away with the Oakland Motor Car Company by 1931. Now, moving up to April 16th, 2003, to get away from the conventional SUV design, which many people are concerned why, the Honda Element went on sale. Now, this was considered a fresh take on practicality, and it was the lifestyle-focused vehicle, because of the engineering and the accessories that came along with it.
And the ugly, unpainted fenders.
That was all part of it. It was built on a Honda CR platform. It was boxy, modular design that was supposed to appeal to the new generation that was adventurous and more outdoorsy. Had the suicide doors, a washable interior, and it was aimed at the active young buyers. And over time, some people still like it.
They all got older and they stopped buying them.
They boxed it up and they sent it away. Yes.
They make an aftermarket. It's a fake blower you can bolt onto the hood, and I would do that to that. I would get a fake blower with a Wien. Velocity
671
and
blower.
bolt it to the hood and just drive it around.
Yeah, two 10,000 CFM carburetors sitting on top of it. And while you're at it, put some zoomy headers out the fenders.
And a fake nitrous tank in the back.
Yeah, put them through the fenders like they do on the NASCAR guys.
Yeah.
So moving up to April the 17th. Now, we've talked about this before. Mustang made its debut at the New York World's Fair. Now, this was really cool. It was a big deal. But I did not realize that the same day they were doing this at the World's Fair, that they had all their dealers throw them up for sale the same day. They literally reportedly took 22,000 orders on that very same day that vehicle was rolled out at the World's Fair. They reportedly sold 400,000 of these cars in the very first year it was out there.
Wow.
And it really made a big change in the way people looked at how to do the mass market for these vehicles, particularly the pony cars, which led to a lot more cars coming into that segment.
And everyone was recalled.
Every one of them. So April the 17th, 1970, Apollo 13 astronauts actually returned safely from their little trip. And the reason this comes in is because of the mass amount of engineering and materials that they used to make this mission happen. A lot of it flowed very quickly into the automotive segment in the way it was lightweight construction, the electronics, and how the system redundancies found their ways into the cars because it demonstrated that all this technology could work. So it was really applicable to a lot of things, but it definitely impacted the automotive industry. And that was just a few of the things we found this week interesting in automotive history.
I love the Pontiac story.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember when those Pontiacs came out. My dad was a Buick guy, but there was a guy that he worked with, and he managed to have a new Pontiac all the time. And he had the Pontiac Grand Prix, that car that you showed there earlier. And I just thought that was the cat's meow.
Yep. Oh,
Good looking body, had lots of power, a luxurious interior, but it wasn't up there at the Cadillac level. It was in the sportier, cool level.
I saw one recently that was restored, and there are very, very few around to actually get parts for. And there's not a lot of parts left, not even the new in-stock box type stuff. 8-lug wheel.
Yes.
That was cool.
Yes.
That was very... had a Catalina. Yep.
That was very unique.
Yep. Very good stuff.
Yeah. Good stuff. Well, thank you for that, Mr. Mars. Are you still with us?
He's with us.
Yeah. No, I was just thinking, I remember when my dad bought one, this is years ago, of course, he was haggling with a used car lot to buy this bright white Pontiac. I don't remember exactly which one it was, but it had the fins and stuff on it. And he was so proud. And, we got it all loaded up. He had to get home, so he had to go to work the next day. And we ran out of gas on the way home in the new car. I remember that forever. He was so mad that he didn't think he was too busy haggling the price.
Do you remember back in the day, the dealer gave you like a quarter of a tank of gas, and you, thank you so much. And then somebody got the bright idea, we'll give you a full tank of gas.
You buy today.
Yeah. And then the quarter tank ended abruptly.
Yeah, but a full tank of gas back then was like $6
at the most. Yeah, I remember Gas Wars where it was 25 cents a gallon.
Wow. You go to your couch to get gas money.
Yeah, we actually got down to 19 cents for about 2 weeks one time.
By the way, and I'm not trying to put you on the spot here. I was asking Jeff, I said, what is meant by the Golden Triangle? Do you know, Mars?
Yes. So Beaumont, Port Arthur, and Orange Triangle, if you look at it on the map, that's where all the refineries, Texaco's largest refinery was here, Chevron, Gulf, all that stuff, because of the refineries in that area is the reason it's called the Golden Triangle. Again, one time it was almost 24% of the nation's gasoline came from the Golden Triangle.
I just read it all started with Spindletop over there.
Yes.
1901. And there's the Spindletop Museum, which is an interesting place. If you ever have some time, stop in there and check that out.
There's a little bit of history.
I got some interesting notes here regarding new electric vehicle registrations fell 37% in February from a year earlier, pushing share below 5% across the board as the loss of tax incentives continued to ripple across the U.S. light vehicle market. But while some automakers canceled EV nameplates as sales cooled, others pushed ahead, including Toyota with its best-selling BZ crossover. EV registrations totaled 56,000 in February, and their share of the light vehicle market dipped to 4.8% from 7.2% a year earlier. That data does not include hybrids. Without the federal tax credit that expired September 30th, the EV market better reflects organic demand now for new vehicle consumers that are kind of slowly warming up to the idea of an electric.
I wonder how it's doing around the rest of the world. We don't
well, apparently in Europe it's pretty big,
yeah,
but remember it's different because they've got the infrastructure apparently. Plus, it's not that far to go from Germany to France.
True.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So there's that.
And the roads are smaller. There's not a lot of
more narrow
on the inner city sides.
Yeah. So there's all of that. And let's see. I don't want to get bogged down here and lose track of time. Carroll Shelby will remain a part of Ford Motor Company's engineering campus, despite a plan released by the automaker showing the legendary designer's name being removed from two streets near its new headquarters. I said that story last week.
Yeah.
Renaming the two segments of Carroll Shelby Way as Raptor Way and Navigator Avenue was under consideration but not finalized, Ford said in an April 10th statement, apologizing for a miscommunication. Carroll Shelby Way is not changing, Ford said. The statement corrected information released April 9th by Ford Land, the automaker's real estate arm, saying Carroll Shelby Way West and Carroll Shelby Way East were among 4 streets changing in May. Well, they didn't talk to the big boss up the way, and they went, not
happening.
Yeah, they didn't get asked. They didn't get permission.
Correct. And so they... Yeah,
there'll be a little something in your last check.
They're gonna fix it. Okay, the N-Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this quick break.
Your car is a direct reflection of you, so don't be satisfied with color fade or a dingy, dull appearance. Get rid of those terrible automated car wash scratches. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your Save the Paint company. John Gray and his team of detailing experts can help your cars finish without a full repaint. Searching for real experts in window tint or windshield protection? Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Dash cams, radar detectors, Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Got a new car? Get it protected as soon as you take delivery. If you don't know which of the multitude of protection products to go with, John Gray will give you an honest opinion and won't sell you something you don't need. John will help you understand the many options and pricing right on the spot. He's your guy to have your ride looking its best and protected too. See the state-of-the-art shop yourself. Free tours anytime. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is easy to get to, located just south of the Southwest Freeway on the Sam Houston Parkway. Gulf Coast Auto Shield, full-service luxury car care today and online at gcautoshield.com. Gift giving should be meaningful, and we have an idea. A hand-painted custom illustration of your car from one of the nation's leading artists. Now you can get one or a car show poster customized for you, a friend, or a loved one. Bill Seitz will be happy to guide you through the process. No matter what the day, birthday, anniversary, or any day, an Autographics custom illustration adds an extra touch of class to any home. Call Bill today, 832-922-0963. That's 832-922-0963.
Well, guess what that sound says? It's time to say goodbye. That's all for this week's In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Be sure to check us out online at inwheeltime.com. We're always looking for new, informative, and great automotive things to bring to our global audience. If you've got an idea, an event, road trip, or tall tale you'd like us to feature, let us know. Our email is info@inwheeltime.com. Hey, when you're searching for award-winning car talk, you can find the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show 24/7 on the In Wheel Time app and website. Grab a podcast from your favorite podcast store. We video stream our live show every Saturday 10 to noon on Facebook, YouTube, and inwheeltime.com. The In Wheel Time video coordinator is We Need More Jeff Zekin. For booking agent, video editor, Michael Out of This World Mars, and chief engineer David Ainsley, I'm Don Armstrong. Thanks to our weekly show contributors, Jeff Heitzman and George Skelton. We hope you'll join us again next week from our Dual City studios, 10 to noon Central Time. Have a great weekend. Stay safe out there. Watch the weather tonight. So long for now.